Part 2, Production and Quality.
First, we have extrusion blow molding, or EBM. This is a continuous process. We extrude a molten plastic tube, called a parison, and a mold closes around it. Air is then blown into the tube, inflating it into the shape of a container. This is a process you'll see on our Beckham, Heinz, Atoma, and Akai machines. Maguire blenders are also a key part of this process. They are programmed to accurately mix different pigments and resins, ensuring we get the perfect color and material properties for each batch. Second is Reheat Stretch Blow Molding, or RHSB, sometimes referred to as RHSBM. This is a two-step process that uses a pre-made solid part called a preform. The preform is reheated and then stretched and blown into a final bottle shape. We use this process on our SEPA and can lines. Our Dromar machine is used for injection molding, a process that produces smaller, highly precise parts like caps. This is different from injection blow molding, IBM, which includes a blowing step. While IBM is a common process in the industry, we primarily rely on our partners for the majority of our preform manufacturing and other injection blow molding needs. Finally, decoration is our secondary process where we apply labels or sleeves to the finished containers. The difference between the two is that a label is a pressure-sensitive sticker that is applied to the bottle, while a sleeve is a plastic film that is shrunk to fit the entire bottle.
This diagram shows the journey of a product from raw material to a finished good ready for a customer. Understanding this flow helps you see how your role impacts every step. Our process begins with receiving an inspection where all incoming materials, including bulk resin and packaging, are checked for quality. After inspection, they move to material storage, where we use a first in, first out, or FIFO system. From there, materials enter one of our two main production processes, extrusion blow molding, or EBM, and reheat stretch blow molding, or RHSB. Both processes involve a series of monitored steps to create a finished bottle. Operators are trained to perform quality checks and make real-time adjustments on both production lines. After production, all products go through quality control, which includes visual inspections, measuring critical dimensions, overflow, and water leak tests. Some products that require it then go through a secondary decoration process, where we apply labels or sleeves to the finished containers. Approved products are then moved to packaging and finished product storage, where we continue to use a FIFO system for proper rotation. Finally, the products are moved to shipping, where documentation is verified to maintain traceability to the customer. Throughout this entire process, several key things are always happening. We have a robust documentation and traceability system, and we conduct regular training and audits to ensure compliance. The waste management system establishes a clear segregation and labeling to prevent cross-contamination. The type of resin you use directly affects the bottle's quality. We use two main materials, HDPE and PET preforms. Natural HDPE is common milky white material, but we also create different colors by mixing in pigments. Our Maguire blenders are programmed to distribute these colors, but it's important to check for streaks and notify your supervisor if you see any. We also use PCR or post-consumer recycled HDPE. This material can sometimes have inconsistent quality, so you must always be on the lookout for impurities like black specks or other foreign material. For our Reheat Stretch Blow Molding machines, the material comes as a pre-made part called a preform. You must inspect these preforms for any scratches or scuffs before they're used. When materials arrive at our plant, we inspect them for contamination and store them using our first in, first out, or FIFO system to ensure we use older stock first. Different types of resins may be used. Verify you are using the correct materials using the work order. At Monarch Plastics, we believe in lean manufacturing. This means we are always looking for a way to eliminate waste, whether it's wasted time, wasted material, or wasted motion. Our primary tool for this is 5S. It's a system for keeping your workplace organized and efficient. It stands for sort to remove unnecessary items, set in order to arrange things logically, shine to keep everything clean, standardize these good habits, and sustain them over time. You might hear about some companies using a 6S for safety. We don't do that because we believe safety is not a goal to be achieved, but a fundamental requirement that's already built into every task. Safety is the foundation of our entire operation, not just a part of housekeeping. By treating safety as a core principle, we ensure it's always our first priority. You are a vital part of our quality control process. For all blow molded products, you must visually inspect at least 20 containers every half hour. If you find a defect, you must inform QC immediately and record your findings on the nonconformance tally log. If a line is stopped following the recommendation of QC or a shift supervisor, you must immediately segregate and label all affected product with an on-hold tag. This is a critical step to prevent defective products from ever reaching our customers. Before starting a new production run, you will submit a set of samples from all cavities to QC for analysis. The specific dimensions and packaging configuration for that product can be found on the product specification sheet and pack pattern. In addition to visual checks, you must also perform hourly measurements. For your hourly weight checks, you need to collect and weigh a set of bottles from all cavities and record this information on the weight check chart. The averages will be calculated by QC unless otherwise notified. Maintaining the correct bottle weight is vital for product integrity. If the weight is out of specification, inform the QC inspector immediately. A new weight sheet and nonconformance log are required for each new work order for a given production run. Note that work orders can be one pallet of production or weeks. Check with your shift supervisor if you have any questions. Knowing what a defects look like is crucial. Here are some of the most common issues you'll spot. For extrusion blow molding machines, look for defects such as grease, black specks or holes, especially pinholes like those at the neck or the base. You must also watch for flatch, which is excessive plastic, and Parison streaks, which are thin lines on the surface. Other common EBM defects include choke necks, extra plastic in the neck, rocker gouge bottoms, and short shots, bottles that aren't fully formed. For our Reheat Stretch Blow Molding machines, check for holes in cloudy bottles, also known as hazing. You must also check the top of the bottle to make sure the finish and threads are correct. Also, watch for dips in the panel of the bottle. When you're working with decoration, look for misaligned labels, wrinkles, or flagging, where the label is peeling off. Check for pore shrink and ensure the label is applied correctly, without being missed or double labeled. You must also look for dents on the bottle. Finally, you must inspect for packaging defects, such as improper shrink wrap or a poor box or bag seal. Your job is to spot all of these issues, as well as any other contamination, before they get to the customer.
The key part of your job is to take ownership of product quality. If you are a trained operator, you are authorized to make minor adjustments to machine settings to correct common defects and keep production running smoothly. However, if a problem persists or is beyond your scope of training, you must get help from your supervisor or a technician.